Welcome to the demo of our Magento B2C add-on for SAP Business One. Our certified e-commerce interface integrates with leading platforms like Magento, Shopify, WooCommerce, and Shopware. For Magento, the add-on supports all essential B2C and B2B business processes. In this demo, we'll guide you through the B2C sector of our add-on, highlighting the standard integration process and powerful features. We'll cover key tools such as the customer and item sync, stock level sync, period and volume discounts, fulfillment status, bundled item sync, and monitoring tool. Let's dive in. Once installed, you'll find the add-on in the standard SAP Add-on Manager. As you can see, this is a direct add-on, eliminating the need for any middleware. We've now started the add-on and can proceed with setting up the integration process. For the integration itself, we have a dedicated menu separate from the main menu. You can find this e-commerce menu under Administration, Setup, E-commerce Webshop Connector. All screens that are required for the e-commerce integration are available in this menu. The first master screen is the e-commerce master. There is no user intervention required here, but just to showcase, we have mapped here all the e-commerce platforms that can be successfully integrated using our e-commerce add-on. If you ever decide to switch from Magento, you can still use the add-on with other available platforms. In the second master screen, we have the e-commerce website master. Here, one-time user intervention is needed to set up the URL of the webshop, add the admin tokens, and if required, also the credentials such as username and passwords for the required website. The user can now also easily select the required e-commerce platform. To ensure that the URL, admin token, and credentials are set up correctly, user has the possibility to check the connection. To test the connection, user can simply select the required row and click the Test Sync button. When the test button is clicked, the system will automatically attempt to generate a token. If the token is generated successfully, it will be displayed on the green confirmation bar. If the credentials are incorrect, the system will give you an error instead, stating that the credentials do not match. The next master screen is called E-commerce Scenario Mapping Master. This is an informative screen where no user intervention is required. You will find here around 19 different webshop sync scenarios for all e-commerce platforms that are available in the add-on. We have marked the required scenarios that are applicable to each of the platforms. The following master screen is called E-commerce Web Connector Setting. This is a general setting master screen where we define all the default values such as default price list, freight and payment terms, guest customer, warehouse, currency, as well as the VAT group. The next screen displays e-commerce scenarios and field mapping. This screen allows you to manually initiate the sync process or set up a scheduled execution. For this demo, we'll trigger the processes manually to walk you through each scenario step by step. However, with a set schedule, these scenarios will run automatically at the specified date and time. In this screen, you can also see all available sync scenarios along with the data direction flow. The first scenario is the customer master. To demonstrate customer data sync process, I have added a new customer named Naomi to the Magento B2C website. We can now synchronize this data into SAP Business One using the predefined scenario. To initiate the sync process, we will double-click on the Scenario Sync button. Now, the process is initiated, and we receive a message indicating that the customer has been created in SAP Business One. To verify, let us navigate to the Business Partner Master and search for our new customer. Here we can see the customer Naomi Masterman has been successfully created along with all the details specified in the master record. Here we can view the contact person details and the address details. Let us now go back to Magento. As we can see here, the customer ID of our new customer was 54. This ID is now linked to SAP Business One. We will find it in the related e-commerce web ID. Because each ID is unique and unrepeatable, it identifies which customer has been successfully synchronized between SAP Business One and Magento. The second scenario is Simple Item Master that will sync simple items from SAP Business One to Magento. At first, we will showcase how an item is classified as a simple item. Here, I have created two simple items for the B2C webshop. If we navigate to the item details within the item master data, we can mark an item as a simple item and specify which web shop it should be synced to. In this case, I have set the Magento B2C web shop option to yes for this item. The same process applies to the second item as well. So now we will add this record. Next, we will double-click on the scenario to initiate the synchronization. The sync process begins, and we can see that the two items have been successfully synced from SAP to Magento B2C, Simple Item 1001 and Simple Item 1002. So, if we navigate to the Magento shop and refresh the page, we can see that the two simple items have been successfully created in the B2C web shop, along with the prices assigned in SAP. The third scenario is Configurable Item Master, which enables seamless synchronization of parent items and their variants, also known as child items, from SAP to a web shop. To begin the manual process, we first select the items. Since this is a configurable scenario, the parent item will automatically sync along with its associated variants. I have created a configurable item named Demo B2C Conf. When we navigate to the item master data, we can see the e-commerce sync-related screen. Here the item is marked as configurable and assigned to the B2C web shop, along with its variants. In this case, we have assigned two variants, which are sizes extra small and extra large in green color. For the variant or child item, we also assign its type in the e-commerce sync-related screen. From there, we can also go directly into the attribute details, where we can see how the configurable item is linked to the specific variant. We can assign here attributes such as color or size to the child item. So our parent item has two child items, both in green color but in different sizes. Once we now add the item to selection and initiate the configurable item sync process, the system will sync the configurable item along with its variants from SAP to Magento. We have now received the confirmation message, and we can see that the configurable item Demo B2C has been successfully synced with its child items. Now, if we switch to the Magento B2C webshop and refresh the page, we should see the Demo B2C item along with its created variants. We can now navigate into the configurable item to view the created variants. Additionally, within the configurable item, we can also view the assigned prices, stock level, and attributes. This is how the configurable item scenario works. Next, our fourth scenario is the item stock synchronization. It enables us to synchronize stock levels from SAP to the Magento web shop. Before initiating the sync process, let us first check the current inventory levels in Magento for the two B2C simple items we previously created. We can see that the simple item 1001 has 100 units in stock, and the simple item 1002 has currently 90 units in stock. Now we will initiate the sync process, and the existing inventory levels from SAP Business One will be updated for all items synced with the Magento B2C shop. This process ensures that the inventory levels are accurately reflected in the online shop. Now, if we navigate back to the web shop and refresh the panel, we will see the updated inventory levels for the synced items. For the item 1001, the stock has increased from 100 to 150, and for the item 1002, the inventory has increased from 90 to 140. This is how the item stock levels sync process works. The next scenario is period and volume discounts. This enables the synchronization of discount structures from SAP to the e-commerce platform. Let me first showcase the period and volume discounts in SAP. This functionality allows us to define and manage discounts based on specific time periods and purchase volumes. Let's take a look at an example with a simple B2C item that has already been created and synchronized. For this item, I have defined period and volume discounts in SAP. I have set quantity-based discounts that will be valid for 1 year as follows: 5 units for €100 each, 6 units for €95 each, and 11 units for €90 each. This is how the period and volume discount structure is defined. We will now navigate to the SAP sync screen and initiate the period and volume discount sync process. To start the process, we will first select the item for which we have defined the period and volume discounts. Then we start the sync process. Let us navigate to the same item in the B2C web shop and refresh the panel. By accessing the advanced pricing details, we can view the period-based and quantity-based discounts that have been successfully defined. Our next scenario is sales order processing. First, we will create a sales order in the Magento shop, and then we will initiate the sync process in SAP. To create a new sales order, we begin by selecting the existing customer that was created earlier. In this case, the customer was Naomi Musterman. Let us add the products by selecting the simple items that were previously synced with the stock levels. Once the items are selected, we will add shipping costs and submit the order. After submission, we receive a confirmation message indicating that the sales order has been successfully created. Here we can see the newly created sales order, which ends with 88. Now, if we initiate the sync process in SAP for the sales order, the system will automatically generate a sales order. Once the sync is complete, all pending sales orders are created. Here we can see that 2 sales orders have been successfully generated. When we navigate to the SAP Sales Orders screen and go to the previous entry, we can see that a sales order has been successfully created for Naomi Musterman with the selected items. Additionally, the shipping cost has been added as freight. This demonstrates how the sales order synchronization process works. The next scenario is fulfillment status synchronization. To synchronize the fulfillment status from SAP Business One to the Magento webshop, we first need to trigger an action. This can be done by either canceling the sales order or creating a supporting document as the next step in SAP. Currently, we have a sales order ending in 89, which was created in the B2C webshop. Now, if we create a delivery for this order in SAP and start the sync process, the fulfillment status should be updated in the B2C webshop. Let us navigate to Magento and view the current status of the created order. Currently, the status is pending. We will now start the fulfillment status sync process in SAP. We can see that the sales order ending in 89 has been updated from SAP. Let us refresh the webshop panel. The order status has changed from pending to closed. This is how the fulfillment status synchronization works. Whenever we create a new document in SAP, such as a delivery or invoice, we can once again synchronize the fulfillment status with the webshop. Our next scenario is bundled items sync. To proceed with the bundle items synchronization, we will first sync some new simple item that should be included in the bundle. I have created such simple item and called it B2C bundled simple item. Let us now sync it from SAP to Magento. With the simple item synced, we can now proceed to initiate the bundle item synchronization. Here we can select the items for the bundle. Let us select our simple B2C item that we have just synced. It is now recorded under the Initiate Bundle Item Sync process. Now let us view the bundle items in Magento. If I refresh the panel, we can see that 2 items have been created in the B2C shop. The first one is our new bundle item, and the second is the B2C bundled simple item we synced before. Now let us click to view our new bundle item. Here we can clearly see that the items can be bought together as bundled items, and on the list we see all the items we selected before in SAP. In this case, it is our B2C simple item, which is now linked to the bundle item. However, when the user selects multiple items in the SAP bundle screen, all selected items will automatically be linked here. We have now showcased all available sync scenarios. Let us now take a look at the Sync Monitoring tool. This report helps us track all synchronization processes that have been initiated. It provides a detailed list of both successful and failed transactions. If a user needs to reinitiate a failed process, it can be easily done using the Resync button available here. In this section, we have the ability to track the success of failed transactions. We can also view data directions, allowing us to analyze transaction flow and select which transactions to monitor. Additionally, we have the option to view transactions based on platform-wise data or specific scenarios. Finally, we have the language setup. This setup allows us to easily configure the add-on to support multiple languages, ensuring seamless adaptability for different regions. Our Magento B2C add-on is available for both. SAP Business One SQL and HANA from version 9.3 onward. This seamless integration allows you to concentrate on strategic growth while we manage the technical complexities. To learn more, visit ingoldsolutions.com.